So, the CW, right? The CW verse, the Arrowverse, is a special place. You know, every few years you might get something from them that is truly exceptional. The first 2 seasons of The Flash, first 2 seasons of Arrow, and then you'll get some stuff that really pisses you off. Crisis on Infinite Earths. Batwoman. Things that just make you mad. Then there is that one show that has been consistent ever since its first season that I don't think gets enough love. Black Lightning. And the season 4 premiere just happened the other day. Did your boy miss it? Live? Yeah, I missed it live. But shout out to piracy. We had an opportunity to watch it, so we're going to get into what I thought of the season 4 premiere of Black Lightning.
How you foreign niggas stop it? I was born in the tropics. I'm the way peep the mosh pit. And it came with a starship. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, I'm really from the tropics. Fuck is you doing?
What's good, Digital Trap Squad? Y'all know what it is, so check it, right? Alright, so let's chop it up about the final season, unfortunately, of the classic show. That's right, the show is a classic. Black Lightning Season 4. Obviously, we're all going into this season with heavy hearts because it's going to be the last one. But also, we're wondering how a lot of these storylines are going to be wrapped up. And hopefully, they can be concluded in satisfactory ways. I don't think any of these characters are going to transition to the painkiller show that nobody asked for. But with all that being said, let's talk about the actual season and what we got. It opened up at a gravesite, and you have our main hero, Jefferson Pierce, who's at the gravesite, the tombstone of his former friend, Deputy Chief Henderson. Y'all could tell I practiced that part a lot. I almost fumbled the ball again. Bill Henderson, who was a reoccurring character over all the previous seasons, a longtime friend of Jefferson Pierce. We know last season he got killed. So now Jefferson is dealing with that loss in his life, but he's also at a moment where he's starting to realize everything he does for Freeland, the city just kind of picks it up, eats it, and spits it back out at him. He's in a hamster wheel to a certain degree. So now, as he sits right there reflecting on his life and all the most recent occurrings, we have another shot of him having an altercation with the police. And he damn near kills these cops who was doing some dirty ass shit. He damn near kills them, which is a big step for the character because he's never really been about that previously. He's always shown a resilience to go that side of the superhero game. Y'all know what I'm talking about. He's never wanted to go the Frank Castle route, right? Shout out to Punisher. He never really wanted to go that route. He never wanted to go to the extremes of beating people up. But in that scene, he loses it. Like I said, he's dealing with a lot. Now, before we continue to talk about the overall first episode, I'm not trying to clown on nobody. I don't want nobody to think that. Shout out to Cress Williams, the brother who plays Black Lightning. Been doing his thing. Love the brother. I just want to make sure he alright and that he good. Okay? I'm not trying to clown. But my man's was looking major skinny to me in the first episode. I know somebody like, nigga, you know, you need to cut back on the Burger King. I know, I've been working on that. Alright, bitch. I just want to make sure that our brother, Cress Williams, is doing alright. Because he was looking mighty skinny to me. Not trying to clown, because we were all clowning Chadwick Boseman when he was getting skinny. And we know that brother passed away last year. So, I just want to make sure that, you know, my man Cress Williams is eating his green vegetables. Alright? Shout out to Spider-Man 2.
Workout, plenty of rest. You know, eat your green vegetables.
But after you get done with those first two scenes, this is where the emotional aspect of the episode picks up. From here, we begin to get more of an explanation about the overall vibe that Freeland has related to Tobias, related to the passing of Bill Henderson, and also their relationship with metahumans. They have an off-again, on-again relationship with metas in Freeland. And we have this mayor, whose name is Mayor Billy Black. Nigga, when I saw his head, I had to thank the Lord. I still got my hairline, and it looks good. But also, what the fuck is going on with this nigga's head? He looks like Mr. Jefferson. I'm not even gonna do Mr. Jefferson like that. My man was walking around looking like Krusty the Clown. He was walking around looking like Pennywise. What the fuck was on his head?
Former Olympian, principal of Garfield High School, Mr. Jefferson Pierce, who I've asked here today to say a few words.
What the hell is that?
What's going on here? I was like, God damn, ain't nobody want to hand that brother a pair of clippers to at least get the middle part? They had my nigga walking around looking like an anime character. Jesus. But after you get done with that little brief TV clipping, Gamby is having a meeting with a woman who I ain't gonna cap. When I first saw her, I was like, is that Kendra Lust? You know, if you frequent adult websites, you know exactly who the hell that is. I was like, what the hell she doing on this damn show? I was like, oh, okay, it's not. Oh, man, I was like, good God. I don't need to go to those sites right now. I need to be watching this show from my YouTube channel. And I thought that was Kendra Lust. God bless Allah. Lord help me. If not, Kendra Lust is actually a woman from Gamby's past who was talking to him, offering him a position, doing security for her. Some underground, dirty type shit. We know how Gamby gets down in his past. And I'm pretty sure that's a plot line that's going to come back later on. As we all know, from time to time, the first episode of a new season is more of a setup to the drama and the arcs that characters will take as that season plays out. That's how Black Lightning Season 4 Episode 1 was. Everything was more of a slow burn, a slow build up to where we were going to be later on in the coming weeks. Particularly the Painkiller show that nobody asked for. But we do have some drama unfolding at the Pierce household. It was nice to see the entire family at home together again. I really do miss those season 1, season 2 vibes before Anissa moved out. Speaking of Anissa, she's having back and forth again with her father, like she always has had these clashes with him on standing on certain issues as far as being a hero, being a murderer, being a hero, being a murderer. There's been a lot of back and forth between them as characters, and it continues here, where she essentially is like, hey, you know, Tobias knows who we are, we need to kill him. And I'm thinking to myself, like, you know, Jefferson, I know you don't want to kill, brother, but you need to kill, brother. You know, we need to take this dude out, you feel me? Because he knows the identity of you and your family. He knows where you live. That's very, very important information. And if he can be killed to prevent the leakage of that information, you gotta kill him. Of course, Jefferson doesn't agree with that. One thing I do want to see happen with Anissa this season is the advancement of her powers. I know that from a comic book standpoint, her abilities are not this wide, ridiculous canvas, right? That you just say, oh my God, look at all that stuff she can do. It isn't like she walks around with the goddamn Infinity Gauntlet and the Infinity Stones, okay? She has a certain skill set, but I would like to see the CW writers make her skill set even more badass and show how varying it is. That's one thing they've done really well with other heroes at the CW over the years, displaying their open canvas of abilities. Hopefully Anissa can show a little bit more creativity, because I think from a combat standpoint, she's been pretty stagnant since season 1. We need to see more. We have Jennifer, who is out here doing her thing. Her and Anissa, Thunder and Lightning, are out there fighting, busting up drug deals, doing their Marvel Netflix thing, essentially. And that was really cool to see. Of course, she probably feels like, hey, we need to kill Tobias too, you know. That's how she gets down as a character. Later on in the episode, she winds up being shot down with this significant weapon that's now hampering her abilities. Big stuff to look out for as the season plays out. Also, shout out to Grace. You know, I didn't know Grace was going to be in this season. I thought she was going to be done with the show, but she came back. So, she in the hospital right now, you know. She chilling, but shout out to Grace. He's on his typical Tobias Whale bullshit, where now he's been able to flip public perception and make himself appear to be a good upcoming political figure in Freeland, right? Because we know for many years he was this underground entity that not many people on the street level knew about outside of Jefferson and the police. But now he's making his face known out there, and he's really trying to be this man of Freeland, this man of the people. And we know that is not going to end well for the Jefferson family, the Pierce family. We know that's going to cause a lot of drama. And Tobias is doing his typical shit where the character has dynamic pieces of dialogue that he uses to get key reactions out of people.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Dr. Stewart. I've heard so many great things about you, but no one told me that your beauty matches your genius.
Ain't no player. Read my lips. You ain't no player.
And I thought his exchange with Lan was very Tobias, and it made me laugh because the character is that not giving a fuck personality. And I always do enjoy those type of characters, despite him being a villain. If you thought all of the drama involving the Pierce family and the upswings of emotion, the downswings of emotion was a lot to deal with, well, now the police kind of are on his trail, right? They're subjecting that maybe he's a metahuman after he injured those 2 cops earlier because of his license plate was caught in the photo. There's levels to that fuckery. Now you gotta ask yourself, is he going to possibly be outed this season as Black Lightning? How's that going to affect the rest of the family if that happens? If the police do find out, are they going to keep that under wraps? Will he work more closer with the police in this, let's say, Will Smith, Hancock type of way? You never know, right? There are levels to how that could potentially evolve. Now, some of the finer details that I really enjoyed in this episode, 2 particularly. 1, we haven't gotten any new photos of what costume Black Lightning is going to wear this season. We haven't gotten any photos. I'm hoping that for season 4, we get another costume. Don't get me wrong. I enjoyed what he had on season 3. I thought it was dope. It looks good on screen. It's an improvement from the first one. And the first one was great. But hopefully he's going to get a new costume because he's kind of refusing to wear it. So hopefully Gambi gives him some upgrades, some flashy colors. We know how they do on Black Lightning. Awesome costumes. Number 2, I really appreciated the writers. This is the first time, I believe, in the history of the Black Lightning show, I could be wrong, that they actually mentioned him being an Olympian. Again, I could be wrong, but if I go back in time to the first season of Black Lightning, they mentioned him being a father and a principal a whole lot. They rarely mentioned his comic book origins of being a former Olympian sprinter. So that was a nice little detail they threw into season 4, episode 1. Hopefully we begin to get a few more nods to the characters in their actual comic book backgrounds, because, you know, he's more than just fight for the people. You know, he was also an Olympian, and that's a very big aspect to the character's origin that I think can make him appeal to a variety of people. Olympians are great. They are world-class athletes. No reason why that shouldn't have been embarked on more for the character. I don't care if he does have a family and he's a principal. You can still mention that and reference that in certain scenes and moments. Hell, you can even display that in his combat. They ain't do that. Shame on y'all. Shame on y'all. Anyway, it's been weird, but it's been real. The next CW show we have to talk about from a premiere standpoint is going to be Superman and Lois. Nigga, that show looked good, bro. It looked good. The CW super proud of that show. Don't let me down. Don't let me down. All right. Get out of here, bitch.
See, they gon' look though. When I pull up, she gon' look though. Look at he mad, they look, bro. She bad as hell, but can't cook though. It don't matter, but you still watching me while I did it for the look though. 100 feet worth of drip, don't drown this fly shit, that's the look though. And look though. I'm the wave, you can look though. I'm something different, I don't think you get it, but I still did it for the look though.